tell me what it is that feels like the problem.
It's motivation and procrastination.
Yeah. Okay. So can you give me an example of something that you're feeling unmotivated for or procrastinating on at the moment?
Um, just like the additional schoolwork that we have to do
Mhm. Like what?
outside of class. Like for English today, I have to write a summary on Hitler's Youth,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like 7 pages long.
So the original is 7 pages and you've got to get it down to what?
She didn't specify. She just wanted us to make a summary for our notes.
Okay. So tell me, and this will take you a little bit of extra thought from you. Why, like, what is it that is making you put it off?
I've started reading it, but I haven't finished it.
Okay. And when
But,
you're reading it through, what do you do?
I'm planning to read it completely.
Yeah.
And then start taking like the key points.
Okay.
And writing them down.
Cool. Okay. I would be doing that probably from the start. I probably wouldn't read it all through and then go back and redo it. And what I would actually do is, rather than write out notes, because that's going to be quite long-winded when you've got 7 pages, I would potentially make it into a mind map. Because again, think about it. We want to process. It's already in long note form. Yeah. Could you just start to make a mind map about what it's even about? So I would maybe just jot, as I'm reading, just make a little bit of a mind map about some of the key things and how they start to fit together. Because then from there, you'll get a picture of, okay, I can see what the key message or the key thing is that I'm supposed to be getting out of this. So that's what I would call like reading with purpose. So don't just read it kind of aimlessly going, okay, I'm just going to read it and then I'm going to figure out what to do. Have you planned for how much time you think it will take?
Not yet.
Okay. So I would say these things. I think at the moment, the reason why I think, and you can tell me if you agree or disagree, because it could be a variety of things. What I think is going on is I think it feels like too big a task, and I think it feels too vague at the moment. Because here's all the things that are feeling vague. I don't really know how long it's got to be. I already am thinking I've got to read through it at least twice before I can even get started. And it's 7 pages. So that's like at least 14 pages of reading I'm going to have to do, because you've already said I'm going to read it through once and then I'm going to go back and pick out the key points. So there's at least 14 pages of reading. I don't know how long it's got to be, and I don't know how long it's going to take me. Like, it's no wonder we're not feeling motivated, and it's no wonder that we're procrastinating, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So here would be my suggestion, and see if you can apply this to other things as well. So often we procrastinate or we don't feel motivated, which is really the same thing. And there's 3 reasons why. Either we don't really know what we're supposed to be doing. Now you do know what you're doing, but I would argue you don't know exactly what, because you don't know how long your summary is supposed to be. Yeah. So there is some uncertainty there. If your teacher said, I want you to do 1 whole paragraph or 2 paragraphs, or I want you to do 100 words or 500 words, that would feel clearer, right? You know what you're aiming for. So at the moment, there is actually a little bit of a lack of, I don't totally know what I'm doing. I know what a summary is, but technically a summary of 7 pages could still be 3 pages long. It's like less than half, okay? But I'm presuming she wants it even less than that. I mean, a summary could be the mind map. There's a thought. That kind of could be cool. And you might be like, no, she definitely doesn't want a mind map. But the teacher, and I'm not criticizing the teacher, it's just a fact, like the actual task isn't that specific. So I think you maybe need to make your own decision around, what is a summary going to mean for me? Now, it might be because you kind of do know what your teacher kind of wants. Do they want a paragraph, like a nice teal paragraph summarizing the key point? Do they just want bullet point notes? Would they be fine with a mind map? Do you like doing mind maps? Do you not? Like, make a decision around what your outcome is going to be. Don't wait and do the thing of, I'm just going to read it and then I'll decide. Because then you're going to have read 7 pages and you're going to be no closer to where you were now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So make a decision around what your summary is going to be. Like, you can tweak that. Like, if you do end up realizing, oh, okay, like I really can't get this into 1 paragraph, maybe it's going to be 2 because there really are 2 key points. That's fine. But you've already decided it's going to be paragraph format, or it might just be bullet point notes. And even if it's going to be bullet point notes, I'm going to aim to get them all on 1 page. Like, give yourself some really clear parameters. And then I would absolutely chunk this down. Okay. So it might be like, I'm going to do 2, if I'm just going to do bullet point notes, let's say, so I'm just literally doing some bullet points and I'm going to write in a few key things, like almost like just condensed. I might say, right, I'm going to aim to get this onto one page, and I'm going to chunk this down. Let's say it's 3, 2, 2, okay? Because that would be 7, yeah, 3, 2, 2. The reason I put the 3 at the start is because then you know you've got the biggest chunk out of the way first. And it's like, I'm going to read 3 pages. How long do I think I need to read 3 pages and write some notes? Maybe 20 minutes. Yeah. So I could go, I'm going to do 3 pages, 20 minutes. Give myself a break or whatever it might be. 15 minutes for 2 pages, 15 minutes for 2 pages. Now you've done the whole thing in less than an hour. Like, give yourself time chunks. Because now you haven't got to think about it as in, I haven't got to think about sitting down and going, okay, I've got to do the summary of this 7-page thing. All I've got to do is go, I'm going to get through these 3 pages and it's going to take me 20 minutes. And I know that I'm going to be writing some bullet points. And I even know that if I'm aiming for a page, I should only be taking up a maximum of like a third of a page for that first 3 pages. So the 3 things are, I don't know really what I'm doing. I don't really know how to do it, or I don't see how, like, what the point of this is. Like, it's not really going to pay off for me. I can't see why we're doing it. Like, that wouldn't make, those are 3 reasons why we don't feel motivated to do certain tasks with our study. Yeah.